The 31st of July, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Hello, Rabbi.
Welcome back, Luke. Good morning, Phil. Welcome.
Good morning.
Where are we? Okay.
Okay. So we did the first two cases of the Brisa. Now we got to do the third case. Right before the Mishnah. Of Aleph, Amid Aleph. Okay, so this is the third case of Gufa. So maybe we'll read the, we'll just read from the Gufa and we'll cover over the first two cases, then we'll get to the third case. So, Roy, would you like to read?
Okay. Gufa, the Brisa itself taught Simson, Sheyesh, I love again, a receipt in the possession of a lender that has the signatures of witnesses on it.
A little louder, Roy.
A receipt in the possession of a lender that has the signatures of witnesses on it, Yiskayim Simon, should be certified through its signers. Ein Elov Adim, if the receipt does not have the signatures of witnesses on it, V'yotze Metachas Yedei Shalish. But it emerges from the hands of a third party who was trusted to hold it and give it to the borrower when he paid the debt, or Sheyotze L'achad Haisum Shetoros, or it emerges in court below the signatures on the loan document. Kosher, it's valid.
Oh, okay. So I think, now we did mention this third case.
Yes.
So we have the words of the Shover written on the Shtar Chov itself. It's not a separate document, but it doesn't need to be a separate document. All it needs is to have the right words. Yeah. Okay, so all these cases are kosher. Okay. Let's go to the next piece of Gemora. Yotze mitachas yedei shlish. Lou, please.
Yotze mitachas yedei shlish. When the receipt emerges from the hands of a third party, we accept his statement that the loan was paid. Deha hayimne malveh l'shalish, because the lender himself agreed to believe the third party when he deposited the receipt with him. Yotze la'acher hitum shitaros nami. When the receipt emerges in court below the signatures on the loan document, it is also valid.
Dei lav difria. For if the loan were not paid, lo hava mara le lishtare. The lender would not have compromised his loan document by writing a receipt on it.
Okay, so this is a stronger case than simply that the lender writes a separate document, a shover. In that case, we have Rav Yirmiyah, that Rav Yirmiyah says we don't have a proof that that separate document of the shover that the guy wrote indicates that there was a payment. Maybe he wrote it in anticipation of being paid. But over here, we can't say that about if he writes, if it's written on the shtar chov itself that that chov has been paid, because that neutralizes the loan. It says it was written on it. Certainly the Malva is not going to write such a thing on his shtar chov unless it's really already happened that he already got paid. It's not going to write it on the shtar chov itself in anticipation of being paid in the future. That's the point. And as far as the second case goes, the Gemora said the reason why. So we are saying, like we said before, that this shtar the shover that comes out from the hand of the third party, we're going to be machshir that and say that it's a valid proof that that the loan has been paid, because first of all, that's what the Malva is saying. And if you'll say, well, who says we should believe the Malva? Who says that we should believe the third party? Who says that even though he's holding it, he's saying that the Leva has already paid. He already paid, so how come he didn't give it to him? No, we say that the word of the third party is Neman. That's what Rashi means. We see here from the Gemora, that's what he means. And why should he be Neman this shlish? Because the Malva himself entrusted the third party with this shover document. That it should be so he trusts this guy to not pull a fast one on him. So if so, he sort of strengthened the hand of this shlish, that he's going to be he's going to have believability to say if the loan has been paid. Okay, so that gets us up to the Mishnah. And Hadron Alach Shnaim Ochsin. Wow. Shnaim Ochsin.
There's Rashi's.
Oh, Rashi's. Okay, yes. You have to do Rashi. Okay, Phil.
So, right? Okay. The Yotze Mitacha Yad Shlish, that it went out from under the hand of a third person. She'ein halav lova, because the bar law motzi doesn't take it out. He's the low malva, and also not the lender. Ela shlish shebenenim, and only the third party that's between them is believed. Okay. Then the next Rashi is lo sheyatsa ama chitatam shetar, and only, or that it goes out after the signatures of the stars. Sheyatsa lifnei, that it went out in front of him. Kishahu kateb, when he writes b'shtar cho acha chatimat, after the signatures would be kosher. And then the lo hemina hamalva l'shlish, and we don't believe the lender about for a third party. The al koch, we forced to say ein kotev shover, that you wouldn't write a receipt ella malva, only the lender, but who mesaro liyad hashlish, he gave it to the hand of a third party.
Yeah. Himne malva l'shlish. Korchach in kotev shober ella malva. Who masro liyad hashlish. Seems like Rashi is trying to explain why the shlish trust, why the malva has trusts the shlish. The shlish enjoys trustworthiness from the malva, because al korchach ein kosef shover el malva. First, we must say that the only one that wrote this shover is the malva. Who masroi liyad hashlish. In other words, where do you see, in other words, the fact that maybe you'll say, oh, maybe the Lova wrote out this shover, right? Just like he wrote out the Shtar Chov, he's also empowered to write out the shover. Okay, he can't be the holder of it. He's got to give it into the hand of the shlish, and they both accept the fact that that he's gonna give it to the Lova if the Lova pays the loan. But no, Rashi says in that event there wouldn't be the nemanis that the Gemora is talking about over here that the malva has for the shlish. It's Rashi seems to be making a big point of the fact that we have to say that the one that wrote this shover is the malva. It was written by none other than the malva. Perforce we must say, says Rashi, and he was the one that gave this shover into the hand of the shlish, to entrust him with it. He has to be the one to entrust the shlish with the shover in order for the shlish to enjoy the believability and the trustworthiness from the malva. If it will be given to him from the leva, so then that doesn't show us that the malva trusts this shlish. That's the point that Rashi's making over there. So if the Rice is telling us that he is believed and accepted, his word is accepted by the malva, it must be that the malva was the one that wrote the document, and he was the one that gave him that document. And like that, he trusts him with the document 100%. Okay, now we could go to the next parak, Ela Metzias. Okay, Roy, would you like to start off the reading?
Okay, Eliu Metzias, Mishnah. Elu Metzias Shelo, these fines belong to him. Ve'elu Hachayev L'Hakariv, and these he is obligated to announce. Elu Metzios, these fines belong to him. Mutza Piros Mipozarin, if one found scattered produce. Moas Miporos, scattered coins. Berivos, Barashos, haravim, small sheaves in a public domain. Guli, round cakes of pressed figs. Kikoros, shell nachtom, a baker's loaves. Macharozos, shell dagim, strings of fish. Shell basor, pieces of meat. Gazesh zema halakursin, member no son, or fleeces of wool brought from their province, that is unprocessed wool. Va'anitsi, much and va'anitse, pishton, bundles of flax. V'sholnos, shel aragomon, tongues of purple wool. All these belong to the finder. Rabbi Meir. These are the words of Rav Meir. Yehuda Amar. The Rabbi Yehuda says, Kol sheyesh bo shenui. Anything that has something unusual in it. Five lahavrin. One is now obligated to announce. Katsad, how so? What is an example of an item with something unusual in it? Scroll. Ma'atz agul. If one found a round cake of pressed figs, uvesoka feres, with a pottery shard inside it. Gibor uvesoka ma'uz, or a loaf with coins inside it. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar says, Omer says, Kol Pele Anaporia, any Anaporia vessels. Ein Chai Lahavarin. One is not obliged to announce. And
Okay, Lou, we want to take some of the half of the Rashis.
Half of the Rashis. Elu ham mitzios. Matzah peiros mifaorin.
Uzarin.
Mifuzarin. What is mifuzarin?
Scattered.
Scattered. Now, nis aishu she balim mehen ki damar Gemora v'hefker hain. Let's see. Nischaishu. He's the
He uses like you have despair in the item, like you're giving up on it. The owner's like giving up finding it. That's Yeush.
Nischaishu is the word Yeush?
It's Yeush.
Oh, Yeush. Yeah, I see. Nis Yeshu Habalim. The owners have given up hope. Mehen from them, from the produce. Kidamar the Gemora, that as it says in the Gemora, the hefker hein, they are ownerless. Shaos mifazros. They're scattered coins. Yeah, scattered coins. Ho'il ve'ein lahem siman nikar iuse mi.
That's again the Yeush. That's a Yeush.
Yeyushe, meiush, v'havu lahu ha hefker, v'zehu ta'am klum. Let's see, perhaps, no, since there is not a marking on them that is obvious, they give up. He gives up hope on that. He gives up hope. And they are hefker. They are ownerless, and this is the reason. Klum. This is vizehu tam klum. There is no reason.
Kulam. That's all.
Kulam.
This is the reason for all of them.
Kulam. Oh, kulam, not klum. Kulam.
Kulam.
And this is the reason for all of them. So the coins have no simon, and therefore he gave up. The owner gave up, and they're hefker. They're ownerless.
Right.
Okay, Kurikos. This is baker's loaves. Omrim kitanim.
No, not baker's loaves.
What?
We'll read what these are not kikaros, these are krichos.
Krikos. I see. Let's see. Krikos. Where's Krikos? Small sheaves.
Yeah.
Krikos. Small sheaves. Okay. Omrim kitanim. We say that they're small. Kamo, like alumim. Alumim. Umis rag minan Beyerushal
You shall me.
Mikarkan Karikan. I don't know. I need help with this one.
This word, he's got a note over here on this word. 1 second. Mekarchin. Interesting. Krichan, I think that what that means is that they are bound together. Like a kricha of a book is the binding of the book.
You bundle things together. It's like it's made wrapped together. Wrap is a good word for it. Things are wrapped together. A karich, and a karich is a sandwich, but it's something that's put together.
So these are the omerim katanim. They're small sheaves, and in other words, Rashi's explaining why it is that the Mishnah uses this word krichos. Krichos doesn't, the literal meaning of the word krichos doesn't mean that you're talking about sheaves of grain. That word, Rashi says, is like the words that we see in the dream of Yosef, when he describes about he saw the sheaves of grain, ma'almin alumim. So this is not this word. So Rashi says, but nevertheless, that's the that's what the Yerushalmi explains that this word is referring to. It's a bound up or type of something, and somehow we're understanding that it is referring to omerim, sheaves, because I guess that was the derech to bind up such things. Okay, so you found these small sheaves that were bound together. And the interesting thing is that we're saying that the din in this case is harei elu shelo. You don't have to announce it. That's not called that it has a siman, the fact that they are bound up, because I guess all such types of omerim katanim would be bound up in this way. So it's not that doesn't make a siman. A siman has to be something which is unusual or not characteristic of this item, and so therefore you could say that it identifies this item as belonging to the person that comes and gives that identification to it.
But can't you use the number of sheaves in the bundle as a siman?
It's bundled. You wouldn't know how many there are.
Why can't you use the number of sheaves that there were? It's probably common to bundle them up in this, whether it was 5 or whether it was 6. Who knows who? It's not so unusual. Every bundled up grouping of small sheaves would be either 5 or 6 or 4 of them, whatever it would be.
Uh-huh. So it's not unique enough to be a siman.
Right.
And what about the knot? Talk about the knot also, the way it's tied?
Yeah, if it had an unusual way of tying it, maybe that would be a siman. But the facts of this case are that we don't see that it has anything. All we see is that they're bound up, and that there's a number of them, and that those two things are not regarded as a siman. Because that's the way people would bind up. That's the way people would carry these types of items, bound up in groups of 4, 5, or 6, or however many there are. I don't really know.
I have an interesting footnote that's attributed to Rashi, which I just read the Rashi and I even don't see it says that. The footnote says, any siman, i.e. identifying mark, which might be attached to the sheaves, for example, a tag, is likely to be obliterated by the many passers-by in the public domain who step on it. Knowing this, the owner despairs of recovering them. Rashi. I don't see where Rashi says that.
Yeah, maybe it's a different Rashi they're referring to. Does it say which? It doesn't say what Dibra Maskell they're talking about, does it?
Well, the footnote is next to the where the Gemora says Krikos Bereshus Harabim.
Oh, because that's the next Rashi. Maybe Rashi will say in the next one.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what Rashi says in the next Rashi. We'll read it right now.
Oh,
That's the key,
okay.
which is different.
I have
That's the
that Reish Hey Reish for the next Rashi.
that's Rishus Harabim, but that's not the Kikaros. The krichos are not the same thing as kikaros. The krichos are the sheaves, and the kikaros are the loaves. And all we have that is the Rishus Harabim. Is that late? Does it say Rishus? I'm trying to find where it says Rishus Harabim in the Gemara.
Rishus Harabim is within the same sentence that the footnote is on. Okay, let's read that. I think you're right.
Right.
Kol deshin alehu ve'im he siman nikashar alehen hari hu nishchas. Okay, so in the public domain, that all what is dashin?
You trample upon. It's trampled.
That all trample upon it, and if there was a siman, yeah, that's what it's saying. Okay, if there was a siman, nikashar. What's nikashar?
Tied to it.
Tied upon it, we see that it is nishchas. What, obliterated?
Yeah.
Yeah, destroyed up. People, it's on the Rishus Harabim. Anything in the Rishus Harabim, it's going to be too trampled. It's too much action there. People walking the Rishus Harabim are going to step on it, and it's going to get destroyed.
Okay, so that makes sense. That answers my question about the knot.
Okay, and then there is the next Rashi is still part of this that says shel nachtum, and these have to be by the bakers. Now, why do they have to be by bakers? And
Shel nachtum, loaves of the bakers. Kol kikaros ha nichtomin shivayan.
That's shavim.
Shavin, aval kikros shel bal havais yesh behen siman.
Right.
So all of the loaves, she nich tamin. What is nich tamin?
Bakers, the commercial type bread, the commercial things, all the loaves that bakers make, in a real bakery, are shavim. They're all the same. You can't tell the difference. Angel makes the same bread for everybody because that's what they do.
But a loaf that belongs to a householder, it's going to have a simon.
Yeah, because you definitely know.
That's why it says baker's loaves as opposed to loaves.
Right. Okay.
Oh, time is up.
Good. Time's up.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah. All the best, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. All the best.
See you tomorrow, Metzia.
Zrat Hashem. Yeah, we'll see you Erev Shabbos.